Welcome to your Yoga Charleston. I'm Leah. And in this video, we're going to get ready for a good night's sleep. So I would invite you to come to the mat and find a nice, comfortable seat. Whether you're sitting up on a block or a blanket, just on the mat itself. Find the sits bones starting to root down, lift through the chest, soften the face, maybe a little wiggle of the shoulders so they settle back and down on the back, and draw your head slightly up and back. So we're in a nice aligned posture. Let the hands relax on the knees. And I invite you to close your eyes or just cast your gaze down at the floor and take a couple of rounds of breath. Inviting that prana, that life force, that beautiful oxygen up and into the lungs, and exhaling, releasing anything that's not serving us out of the body. So on each exhale, the exhale is so important. We just want to get rid of any stale, leftover, anything that's in our bodies, right? Anything that's in our minds. We really want to set ourselves up for a good night's sleep. So whatever happened to you during the day, just invite you to release it, to let it go. It's over, and be in the present moment. So using this time, using the breath to be the facilitator of that. We're going to slowly make our way into a child's pose. So I invite you to flip yourself around. Maybe you want to bring the knees together here, or perhaps you're in the mood to have the knees wide apart and the toes together, right? So fiddle around a little bit until you find the child's pose that's working for you today, and let the arms stretch out in front of you. Drop your chest, drop your head down to the mat, and if your knees are wide open, right, that chest is going to fall between the thighs. If your knees are together, you're going to rest the belly softly on the thighs, and again, dropping the head down, releasing, letting everything go. Feeling the back body start to expand here, right? As we breathe in, the belly is pushing into the legs. Intentional breath. And on your next inhalation, lift yourself up slightly. Yeah, and then walk your hands all the way over to the right. So we're taking the hands off of the mat. We're taking that left hip and kicking it out a little off of the feet. And then the arms are going to extend over to the right. Maybe that left hand on top of the right, if you can do it. If you can't, just let it float wherever it's going to land without hurting the shoulders. So we're making kind of a C shape here. And starting to breathe into the side body. Inhale, push yourself up, walk your hands back to center, and we're going to take that same twist over to the other side. So left arm off the mat, right hand comes on top of the left if possible, and we start to stretch through that right side body, dropping the head, finding softness. And again, inhale, lift up, come back to center, and then go ahead and push yourself up, finding a nice tabletop position here. Good. We can walk our legs back, drop down onto the belly, nice and slow, and then we're going to bring our hands out so we're on forearms and elbows. Lift your hands and then take them out, kind of fan them out to the outside edges of the mat. And you can even let your feet expand to the outside edges of the mat. Push your pelvis down into the floor, into the mat, and then pull the belly button up and in towards the spine. So we're rounding here in that low back, and then we have to straighten the top of our spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the shoulder blades back, gaze forward, coming into Sphinx pose. So we're trying to keep the belly button lifted, the chest expands, and we're gazing forward. Take one more breath right here. And then slowly release down. Go ahead and make pillows from your hands and drop your forehead down and find rest. From here, lift your head. Take your right arm. Actually, let's start with the left. Take that left arm out to the side, yeah? And we're just gonna take the right hand and place it underneath the right shoulder and begin to twist ourselves onto our left side. So we're stacking our legs, letting the head drop down, right? Find a nice comfortable position for that right arm. And we're starting to feel a little stretch in that left shoulder. Now maybe your right foot wants to come up and step behind or on top or in front. That feels better for you than stacking, but find a good place for your leg. This is a nice little extension and add on, opening up the hip, and find the breath. Slowly roll yourself back to center. Take a pause. Again, with the forehead resting on the hands. Flip myself around. And from here, we're going to go to the other side. So that right arm is going to extend out, left arm underneath the shoulder, and we're going to take that same roll again. And finding a nice stretch. And you might notice that one side feels better than the other. That's very normal. We are not fully symmetrical, and sometimes we have cranky sides or happy sides, and it changes, right? That's why this is a practice. That's why we show up in the present moment and we notice where we are right now and what we need. We're always evaluating, always asking, what do I need at this moment? Take one more breath. Slowly come back to center. Bring both hands up underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes under, and we're going to push our way up into a downward facing dog. So from your downward dog, lift your hips up towards the sky, drop your head, and play a little bit on your feet. Yeah, bend into one knee, bend into the other. We call this walking the dog. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, give a little squeeze to the shoulder blades down the back, and then come finally into some stillness. Right? We're looking to settle the body. We're looking to find that stillness so again we can make our way into a good night's rest. Let the heels get heavy. And then when you're ready, look forward. Let's go ahead and swing that right leg up where the knee is coming right behind the right wrist. Walk your left toes back. We're coming into pigeon here. So this is a nice little upright pigeon, right? We're lifting the chest. Our gaze is forward. We can even close the eyes here. A little stretch for the hips. And if this doesn't feel good, you can always do pigeon on your back. And then on the exhalation, we can go ahead and walk our hands forward, right? Dropping our head down onto our arms. lifting our head, bringing our arms back, hands back to the mat. Let's go ahead and tuck your back toes under, push yourself up, and then find downward facing dog. Again, pedal out the feet. And getting ready for the other side. So left knee up against the left wrist, walk right toes back. Starting in a nice upright spine here. Take a nice full deep breath in and exhale, release, 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 release. And then slowly working our way back down. Relaxing the head. Again, all of this preparing our minds, our bodies for rest, for sleep. Slowly begin to lift the head, hands come back to the mat. And this time, instead of pulling ourselves up into downward facing dog, we're simply gonna shift onto that left hip and bring our right leg around, right? So we've come into this kind of a position here with maybe knee over knee. Sit up nice and tall. We'll take a nice little twist over to the right. And back to center. Do those legs. Little windshield wiper always feels good. Move to the other side. The right leg comes under, the left leg comes across. We take a gentle twist. Releasing the legs again. Let's go ahead and take the right leg out and pull the left leg in towards the extended right leg. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and take a nice gentle twist over that right leg. Maybe frame your leg with your hands. Big breath in, nice tall spine. Exhale, hinge forward, allowing the hands to find a place to rest somewhere on the leg, maybe the thigh, the knee, the shin, the foot, if you can get all the way down there, right? There's no judgment here. There's no judgment in yoga. There's no grades. We just meet ourselves where we are. Nice, gentle forward fold. Letting gravity assist us as we draw down towards the leg. And on your next inhalation, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back up. We'll let that left leg come along, right leg comes in. Big breath in, and then exhale. Over we go. Up. Let's go ahead and come back to that nice comfortable seat. Take your arms all the way up, sweep them up towards the sky. Exhale, draw those palms down through heart center. Let the thumbs start to rest on the sternum. Drop your gaze, drop your chin down to the chest. Give yourself a moment to thank yourself for doing something good for your body, for your breath, for your life. And breathe well, everyone. Namaste.